Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Another match day watch along. We're doing a neutral one today, Premier League wise, but it's probably the biggest game of the weekend in terms of rivalry at the three. Manchester United versus Man City at Old Trafford, obviously the reverse fixture in the season. Man United miraculously won. I think it was one of the first few games, by the way, the corresponding fixture where Amron. I think one of the first few fixtures Amron took charge of, and against the odds, even with Man City as bad as they were then, got the result that they did. And here we are. And obviously, with the news earlier on, I think Friday afternoon, that Kevin De Bruyne is leaving Man City into the season. He is starting today and captaining the side as well in his very last ever Manchester derby. Team's about to kick off. United getting underway. Here we go. Bruno Fernandes. Give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Who do you think is going to win? Even if you're not a Man United or Man City fan, who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's going to be a draw? Do you think the game's going to be any good? Any standout player that's going to step up and be the main person for either side? Also, do you think there's going to be any controversial moments in this game from the officials like we've seen throughout the weekend? Let us know in the comments in the chat room. Brief. Apologies for being late. You're not on the attack here. Good night. That's just gone down. Highland. They're claiming for a penalty here. Someone's been booked. Oh, this will be interesting. I think that's Highland's been booked for verbal abuse, basically, given the verbal. Imagine he's been booked now. They go and look at VAR and go, it's a penalty. And he's been booked for complaining about not getting a penalty. There we go. Bit of sound. Nothing wrong with a bit of sound. Why not? Let's get our scoreboard ready sorted out as well. The very last I'm going to see this. We've got a new scoreboard coming as of Tuesday night. My score prediction is going to be 1-1, by the way. Both teams this season have been awful. Don't get me wrong. And I think that's what's going to play into this game. Both teams have been really, really bad, and their form's going to come into it. And he's been given a free kick because initially he weren't giving nothing. So they're giving a free kick in the end. But Hoyland, who complained about it and got booked, the booking still stands basically. Oh, Gav, how you doing? Hope you're keeping well. What would you all lot today? Got a clean. I mean, Sanchez got a clean sheet. There's a bonus there. However, what the hell? Oh dear. All right, let's sip on my freaking Coke, Pepsi, what do you call it? Free kick. You know what? Free kick. Let's see what happens. This free kick. Hit the wall. Right, I say hit the wall. It hit the draft excluder. That is Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, fucking wrong way around. Bernardo Silva. Sorry, my apologies. Fucking, you see, I'm not so much. I was meant to come on 15 minutes before kickoff, but timing yet again with the cooking Sunday dinner and all that, it all overlapped, and it's all overlapped quite as I was serving up, and here we are. Hence why I'm running ahead like, oh yeah. Again, the balls have been put in the box. It's straight to the first defender. I'm assuming Sanchez was playing. I don't even know. I'm saying Sanchez got a clean sheet. Maybe he didn't play. I don't know. Brentford are a good team. I mean, Brentford are a good team. I'll give you that. But under David Moyes, if it's a Sean Dyche, if that's a Sean Dyche Everton, I can give you credit where credit is due in that comment there. But since I've been in Everton on Everton channels and now I've touched on all that and discussed it. Even they're saying David Moyes, again because of history with David Moyes and Everton, he still gets it in terms of what it means to play for the club and this, that, and the other, and that's why he's got the response he's got, and he's proven. If anything, David Moyes has now proved the squad that Everton have got isn't a bad squad. It's just been mismanaged and coached over the years by Dyche and others. Because you'll be on it. I mean, look at going into that game yesterday. Look at the form they had. And Goodison Park as well. The history between the two clubs. respectively, as we saw play out throughout in terms of on social media throughout the game and after the game, right, by both clubs. I mean, plus the Kevin Campbell connection, both fan bases coming together and clubs coming together to yet again celebrate his life the way that we did yesterday and at the Emirates. But also, from my point of view, like look at the rotation of the squad. Yeah, it's in the day. It is what it is. It's a straight. As banter aside, you've got to give David Moyes his due. Afternoon, Mark. How you doing? How's the other half as well? Not a great result for the talk about. Oh, we were talking about Arsenal, but not a great result for the other half yesterday in terms of Rangers. What happened there? I know Rangers haven't been. I know Rangers have been bad this season domestically, but at home to Hibs. But then again, on the flip side, Celtic lost today away to St Johnstone. So pros and cons. Apologies. Oh dear. And also, Mark, how are you feeling ahead of Tuesday now? Obviously, our situation in terms of no Gabriel, but also Madrid. They've got no Courtois. The number two's out as well. I can't pronounce the number two's name, but he's out. They've got their third choice goal. They lost 2-1 yesterday as well to a relegation threatened Valencia. Not really a decent Valencia, a team that's fighting for survival at home as well. And they've got Tumengi's suspended for that game. They've got 4 or 5 other injuries as well on the outfield side of things. I mean, it's not done and dusted. Sure, it's all we've got a chance to pull something off against the odds. That's what I'm hanging on to anyway. That's what I'm hanging on to, with all due respect. I mean, 6 minutes into this game, and by the first minute or two, where United came out, players came out of a bit between their teeth and tried to attack. It's like I said, how bad both teams have been. There's no, as I say, the needle's not there at the moment between the two. The atmosphere is flat for a derby as well. The atmosphere is flat. Exactly, for what they've got, the players they've got available, they went full strength. And even taking that to one side for a second in terms of the discussion, they played Real Sociedad previously. I think what was it in the Copa del Rey second leg or whatever it was. I think the second leg, conceded in the game, in the match itself, conceded 4 goals. Gav, you're praying. You are literally. You've got the voodoo dolls out. You're praying to the football gods. You're doing everything you can because you do not want to wear that Arsenal shirt. But I'm telling you, if come next Wednesday, full time still goes and we go through by whatever ways or means, we go through to semi-finals. Me and Liam are going to have that discussion on air and off air to get you that. Make sure you get that shirt for you. KDB to score he's the last Manchester derby. Yeah, it would be sods, or wouldn't it? Saying that he's on the attack now. City got a corner, no offside apparently. Should be a corner, but it's offside. De Bruyne just saying about that. On my way home, very disappointed, but could gone either way. I called a draw yesterday. Yeah, to be fair, you did say it would be a draw. I'm not mad, but frustrated. And what is? I saw a few Chelsea because I haven't seen the team, but in terms of who played in this and the other, but I did see that Palmer and who else was it? There's someone else. Two of your key players were benched, and I'm like, we've got Champions League to worry about in terms of Real Madrid. All due respect to you guys, you're the Conference League. You don't need to rotate and rest players at this point, especially a player that hasn't played in the competition yet to this point in terms of Cole Palmer. If, as I say, we will have that discussion if and when it needs to be had, basically. In the Copa, they rested everyone in the league. They went full strength. Yeah, and also, when in terms of the full strength, in that starting 11, Tuamengi, who played centre-back yesterday, he's suspended for the first leg because he got obviously the booking last time out. I got him suspended. So that's one. That's one. That's one change I've got to make already. I'm just look. I can't help being an Arsenal fan, and I've got to go into that game with some sort of hope and belief. Not just the game, but the 2 legs with that belief that something can happen. Look, if it was always if it was a guarantee in life that you got one football team goes up against a bigger football team and a bigger football team was always going to win, what would be the point in watching it or taking part in it? Because it's just it'll be just constantly, no matter what, over and over and over again. Fucking football would be boring. It wouldn't be as entertaining as it is. We've got to win it Tuesday. Yeah, we've got to win the first. We've got to make our home advantage count on Tuesday. If we can come away with a clean sheet and a win in any capacity, sort of 1-0, 2-0, if we can do that on Tuesday, fantastic. Then we obviously we play Brentford, do what we got to do. We did against Everton, rotate and all that, and go full strength again. Go full team ahead again at the Bernabeu on the following Wednesday. I mean, yeah, from the Chelsea point of view, and that's recent. Obviously, that's as recent as well in the last few years. From the other side of the pen, as we're coming outside of the pen, the sort of behind closed doors season, I think that was 2021. Yeah, but as fans are just about being allowed to come back into stadiums, all that final as well. But even as you say, you got given Real Madrid, and because of how you were doing domestically, everyone was like, "Nah, done and dusted, ain't got a chance in bloody hell." And then obviously, as you say, Thomas Tuchel came along and went, "No, we're going to try and win this game," and they actually won over the 2 legs, deservedly so. To the point where, a year later, Foden's down, shock horror. Feigning injury already, 11 minutes into a game. But yeah, a year later, when you got drawn against them again at the same stage, you were the favourites, and actually, by some bloody miracle, it was a miracle. Madrid pulled something out their arse in the second leg, got the literally last knock-ins, and you were unlucky in that one in the 21-22 season. But like you're saying, 2021, even I'll be honest, I've fucking ripped you off. I sat here, I was like, fantastic. Right, Chelsea are out. And then obviously you knocked them out and got to the final and done what you did. Bastards. But that proves my point. And look at that, and look at that Madrid team as well. That is a vast experienced team as well. Benzema and all that. I think Ronaldo has just left as well, if I'm correct, in that period. But it still had a very strong, experienced side compared to the side you had as well. But you turned up over the 2 legs. You did what you had to do. You didn't make it. You didn't just bend over and go, "Oh, it's Real Madrid. Okay, there you go. Okay, sir, there you go, Real. Into the semi-finals you go." You actually turned up and gave them the game of their fucking lives, and shook them and shook everyone else, and then shocked us again in the final. Hit the likes, please. Yes, please. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel as well, and grab a link to the stream. Sorry, share it on the social medias, group chats, etc. Let's grow this platform even faster than what we're currently doing at the moment. Be greatly appreciated. Hopefully, you'll get a decent rep in both legs. At least that he won't be. There's a positive there. At least Darren England won't be in charge of fucking Stuart Atwell or Anthony Taylor. He did fucking like me yesterday. Anthony Taylor yet again. Watched the match of the day this morning. Watched it last night, but I was watching it. It was on. We're doing the match of the day stream, and it was sort of turned into me ranting about the referee basically, and really focused on the games in the end. But so I watched it back this morning on BBC One this morning. Had my coffee and all that. Got to that. I watched that Palace Brighton game, and I'm saying Anthony Taylor had an absolute mare for the Eddie Nketiah second yellow, in my opinion, anyway. Because given the benefit of doubt in terms of watching it, Ante could have given the benefit of that because, and at worst case, gone to VAR and seen that Eddie was actually looking at ball, and he doesn't see anyone. He doesn't see anyone ahead of him until literally he turns his head and sees it at the last second, and he tries to pull away, but it's too late. But that's a Taylor for you. He'll still be here next year, sadly. I won't be saying. I think there seems like different generation. One can hope we get to that again. Not for a long time now. Well, the way you're putting, where we got now? 31. Oh, by the way, Southampton. By the way, if anyone doesn't know, hasn't been keeping an eye on other games in the league. Tottenham beat Southampton today, 3-1, and I think it was 3-1 in the end. Meaning that Southampton are relegated. With 7 games to spare, they are relegated and become the first. They've now become the earliest team to be relegated at the earliest possible stage of the season, basically. So that's one thing that's not going to go for a long time now. Famous last words. And they're still on course. They've got 7 games to change it, but they're still on course of having a points total worse season than the famous Derby County of 07-08. And that's saying a lot. But I saw, what was it? I saw their goal difference as well, -50 before the full-time whistle. -50. I'm like, wow. You wonder why you didn't have a chance this year. We'll say this. I mean, the Southampton owners brought it on themselves because obviously came up, didn't really invest in the team the way they should have done. Yet again, didn't learn from the mistakes when they went down after over a decade in the Premier League. They didn't learn from the mistake and bring any experience in. They continued down this route of young, unproven talent. They'll learn together bullshit with a inexperienced manager in terms of inexperienced Premier League manager in Russell Martin. And when that didn't work, they eventually bit the bullet. Brought this other guy in who had a bad record via Roma in the first place. And they've kept to him. And the results never improved. Not any stage that this manager's come in for Southampton did the results or performances actually improve in any capacity. But they kept with him. They kept with him this time. And they've reaped today officially. They reaped the fruit they sowed. Sorry. Guy did the same tackle as Eddie. Wonder what they'll say about Liverpool game totally embarrassing from VAR and the ref. Well, that's the thing. What was it? Because I saw that, I didn't see the actual moment. Obviously, I'll turn it on later on, about 2 minutes later. That penalty. I mean, that foul from Kelly on the Fulham player on Pereira. That was it. That's a penalty. That was more of a penalty today. Sorry, that's more of a penalty today than the penalty for Everton yesterday. Again, I watched it back this morning, the match of the day. When Harrison goes down, not only him, not one Everton player appeals for a penalty. Not one. The only people in the stadium appealing were the fans behind the goal. But I think it was the match centre official page or PGMOL come out and said there wasn't enough. There wasn't a sufficient amount of contact. Some bullshit like that. Bollocks. Yet yesterday was apparently. Yep, they're back down. All that work to get themselves up by the playoffs last year and piss off and obviously piss off by doing it, Mr. Tom. They made no effort to stay up this year. I'll be honest, they didn't. Look, straight from the off, you could tell because they didn't invest in the squad the way they should have done, and bring experience in. And they held on too long with Russell Martin. Then when they did sack him, they brought in another manager who has no experience at Premier League level, let alone a relegation battle at this level. And they're stuck with him. Even when the results weren't improving, the performances weren't improving, they stuck with this one. So they may as well, in that case, stuck with Russell Martin all season. Just bit the bullet that way. Winter window. What did they do in the winter window to try and pull something out the bag? How many points did Derby get again? I think it was 11. I'll double check in a minute. I think it was 11. We lose. If you lose to Leicester, mate, you don't. If you lose to Leicester, you don't deserve your Champions League. Let alone you don't deserve the Europa League. Let alone Champions League. Sorry. So that again, why do they always put these sort of games in? It's always a bit of a dampener for the majority of it. Yeah, the last two seasons, what you're about to say, the disparity between the Premier and Championship is wide, and be glad to be back in the Championship, to be honest. This hasn't been a nice experience. The BS of the Premier is a myth. I get what you're saying, but again, from your point of view, it's like you're 22 years out. It's always going to be hard, but the one benefit of being outside the Premier League, you don't have to deal with. Yeah, you have bad officiating every now and then throughout the season of like it was prior in Premier League before VAR. The officiating is always to be have them questionable moments, sorry. But you don't have the added frustration of VAR like you've seen this season. Absolute joke. I will say this because of what we've seen with Luton this year, from them going down, and how they've reacted this season. I do hope that you guys at Ipswich don't have that same reaction. That actually you do what you do go. Obviously you do go down. You use it as a learning curve and basically try to go again, basically, and try to get back up. Like the first time of asking, basically, just try. Nothing. You've got 3 years of parachute payments to work with as well. Yeah. That's because Harrison, of course, he fucking dived. Everyone, the fact that, again, everyone, Danny Murphy hates us. Yet he, through gritted teeth, said it wasn't a penalty in match of the day. Shearer said it wasn't a penalty. Lineker said it wasn't. Jamie Carragher, I know it means nothing in terms of the title race and all that, but even Jamie Carragher today on Sky wasn't a pen. In no way in God's green ever was that a pen in any capacity. And he's on the fucking payroll to PGMOL of Harold Webb. So Harold Webb's going to have a go at him in 5 minutes' time. I can tell you how you missed it, because they're fucking shit. The pair of them. This game, the form of the two teams this season is showing, because they're both shocking in the attack, respectively. Oh, surprise! I didn't say this before. Foden comes back after. Oh, my ankle! I'm going to have to go off. I'm back now. I'm okay now. Didn't get a free kick, by the way, but yeah. No, we lose less than the Prem. We played them twice and won both. I don't know about. Leicester are on 17 points from Newcastle and Brighton to play next, so lose both dead. I think they go down. I think, depending on results with Wolves and all that over the next weekend, they could go down next weekend. I think mathematically. The way things have gone, especially after this weekend. Sorry, Stefan, to say this, but the way the results have gone, relegation could be done and dusted by Easter Sunday. You go, who the fuck was that to? Oh my days! Seriously, you had all the time. Oh my god! I hate the ball. We didn't know where the ball was going to, but if it goes to a Man United player, I think there's can't remember his name now, but I'll see in a sec. The fullback. Sorry, no, their fullback, the left. But either way, it's fallen to him. He takes a touch of a. Well, I can't say what he takes a touch. How he touched it's appalling touch, absolutely appalling. And because he had so much space to run into with it, he took finger under control and boom, bang. He takes a touch of basically a pain in the arse. Let's put it that way. And that's it. It's just like, okay, That's how bad these teams are. Like I said, Ipswich should have kept the championship promotion team. Sorry, one sec. Too many fly-by-nights came into the again. You're always going to get that, sadly, because the law of Premier League football, and yeah, again, the odds were always against you in terms of surviving, but you did at the same time need to bring some players in, but you needed more. You needed to bring more experience in. If we're being honest, I think your main mistake this season from the get go was the goalkeeper side of things. Once Kieran McKenna decided that, I think it's Walton, the guy you come up with, wasn't going to be the number one for the season. He sort of I know he brings in a goal. He brought in Woolwich, but don't go for Woolwich. There's a reason why he was number 2 at Burnley last year when they're in the Premier League. And when he did start the back end of the season, he was making mistakes galore. So that should, if anything, they should have gone and got Palmer, or how you pronounce his name, the one you got now, early on it straight away, back in the summer. Because again, barring the mistake yesterday, he hasn't done that bad from what I've seen since January. From what I've seen, anyway. But look, it is what it is. Obviously, as I say, hopefully you do the opposite to Luton. Actually, learn from this. Keep the core of the squad you want to keep, and make a few additions. Obviously, you're going to get from the players you don't keep, and so you've still got that chance of just coming back straight from the off. Basically, you got, as I say, got 3 years. You're going to have 3 years of parachute payments coming your way now. Use it wisely and do what you can to get yourself back up ASAP. If not the first time of asking, at least the second time. The quicker you do it, the better, basically. Going to see Pig stuff for a bit. But no worries. He's probably passing out of sleep at this point. It's like probably asking Mrs. P to get the coffee. All right, BX, how you doing, United? And what the hell? Yeah, seriously. Why am I not surprised? Where's the attackers in that moment, by the way? Bruno Fernandes was a decent pass from Bruno, actually, to be fair to him, to get everything going. And then that final pass there. But there's a reason why he doesn't pick out Hoyland. That's all I'm saying. That so-called experience didn't work. But when I say experience, I mean bringing experience that fit the mold of what you're doing already under McKenna, not just bringing in experience for the sake of experience, like bringing in experienced heads that made sense to what you were doing. I mean, Calvin Phillips never made sense. That was just, you're in the Premier League. It's just bringing in a Premier League experienced player for the sake of a Premier League experienced player because he wasn't wanted at Man City. You need to bring in the experienced players that have got a bit of confidence about it, not on their knees, struggling to get form together, trying to get games and months together. I mean, you look at West. Look at the main figure point you should have used as well. He got minutes second half of last season at West Ham, and what did he do with them? More likely, Stefan. I can't put it on the screen, but more likely. It would explain a lot, actually, about him. I'm going back to America and something. Oh, okay, that's cool. I have a safe trip and all that. I'll be visiting Arsenal sister club, Colorado Rapids. You just going there for a holiday in general, then just obviously going to an MLS game, or you going there around the same time to like, support Chelsea for the Club World Cup? I'm just out of interest, just asking. Or is it after the Club World Cup you're going to go? Going back to Trump's America, what a punishment! Well, he's a Chelsea fan. I mean, that's a Chelsea fan's punishment. Imagine what it could be. Imagine what the punishment is for Tottenham fans and United fans. Actually, saying that, I love my American fans online, but fuck it, yeah. I know. Rock climbing, okay, cool. Well, you can't fucking really do it here, really. Well, you could be, but not the same. Right, I'm trying to eat my nail warm roast lamb, basically. And then I'm going to Salt Lake City after. Oh, okay, cool. What in terms of Colorado? What game is it you're going to in the Colorado Rapids game you've mentioned there? Like, who are they playing? Out of interest, got me more. Got me more in a better discussion point than watching this palaver play out, because it is. It's literally just going for the motions. Pair of them. There you go. That's another thing. If you want to, you can meet up with BX as well while you're over there. Oh dear. I'm going. One second. I'll read that properly first. Yeah, let's go. That's cool. I'll put that on screen. That's cool. I'm going back to Florida in July to go to the new Universal Studios theme park. Oh yeah, because they're revamping it, aren't they? To update it in terms of what's coming and all that, what they've been doing film wise. That'd be cool. Yeah, any outdoor activities you want in Colorado, BX is meant to go to by the looks of it. I thought it was a noggy. I thought it was funny better get a goal there, but it'll be a noggy and be 1-0 City. Oh no, there'll be no Nana there. I've got Stefan's family out in Colorado as well. Rosie's in the big up Rosie. Rosie! Liam's asking for you. He wants to know you're okay. So let me know and I can let him know. Don't know why he's asking. But he messaged me yesterday because he didn't see enough in the chat last night. So I was asking after you basically, making sure you was okay. Outdoor activities don't tell us. Colorado versus Austin. Oh, okay. Then if Salt Lake City are at home that weekend, I go there. M&S team. Oh, okay, fair enough. That's what I'm saying in terms of the revamp and all that they're doing. Yeah. Thanks, Rosie. Appreciate that. But yeah, like she says in the chat, make sure you're smashing the like button and subbing to my channel if you haven't already. Please, again, the more you guys sub, and again, not just sub, hit that like button as well, and grab a link to the stream and share it on all your social medias or WhatsApp groups and all your friends, etc. Share as much as you can. Share the link to the stream and the channel as much as you possibly can, and it'd be great for you because it helps the channel grow that bit quicker as well. We sort of pick up the speed and sort of start kicking on, and yeah, that's smashing mine. Thanks so much. Really? Even with your team losing at home to Hibernian, 2-0. You sure you're okay? I mean, Celtic lost today. So that actually might have actually perked up a bit. Actually, seeing Celtic throw it a bottle it against St Johnston today. That's probably the reason why you're okay now. Yeah, we're shit, but Celtic, even though they're about to win the league. I mean, seriously, Glasgow Celtic. What is? Even I was surprised. I didn't watch the game. I said literally, I was doing bits and pieces. I took the dog out for a walk, did some bits and pieces, and As I was about to put the Liverpool game on, went to Sky Sports to check out the scores. It was going on at 2 o'clock. The first 15 minutes or so, and across the screen, it went 4-time result in the SPL. St Johnstone 1, Celtic 0. I was like, bloody hell. Okay. Tom's in the chat. Hello, Tom. Mate. Hope you're feeling a bit better today. Yeah. Has it been a shit week for all of us? It's been a shit weekend for you. A really shit weekend. What the fuck happened there? Your Northern team lost today against Fulham, sorry. And your main team lost. Sorry, not lost. Your main team drew 2-2 against Bournemouth at the London Stadium. Shocking result from the boyos. Yep, just a tad. Rudy says Arsenal and Pez are called London. Oh, they changed it again because obviously their name was that. Is this like the new generation of what would be Pez, but they've renamed it or whatever nowadays? Because I remember when Pez first came out on the PS2 and all that, it was we were North London red. Tottenham were North London. Was it no? Tottenham were Lily Whites. Man United were Man Red. Man City were Man Blue. Who else was it? Chelsea. What's up with Chelsea? Was Chelsea West London's? I can't remember now. But I like PES again. PS2 and PS3. Like PES, I like them games. I'll be honest. And I think it's more. I find it more enjoyable, especially as the games every year a new game came out. At one point, the quality of the games were actually getting better. The gameplay was getting better, whereas FIFA, EA, and all that were just turning at the same bollocks with new kits, basically. Salt Lake are better than Rapids. Well, Cronk is own Rapids, so that's a reason why. A bit of mint stuck in my throat there. Bloody hell. We all went up and down times with our clubs. I said a couple of weekends ago, Rangers are on the way up. It was a shocking result yesterday, but we are, believe it or not, getting better. Yeah, again, it helps you. Obviously, McGregor, obviously an actual club legend, taking over the helm for the time being anyway, trying to steady the ship and get the house in order, ready for next season. But it's only like the owners need to get their head out their asses or piss off, basically. Or didn't they get taken? Have you got new owners actually? Hasn't there been a takeover recently in the last few weeks? Which is considering who the owners are and and their beliefs. So it's very odd that the deal went through and how the fans have taken it. London, that was it. London Blue, that was it. FIFA Street games are the best. The original FIFA Street games. Yeah, FIFA Street and FIFA Street. I think they called it FIFA Street 2. The ones that are back to back pretty much on PS2s in the PS2 era. Yeah, and that day top notch, brilliant. I loved them. Then it obviously then EA stupidly stopped doing FIFA Street games for what around a decade. Then brought it back on. Was it? I think it was back into the PS3 era or PS4, one of the two, and butchered it. Basically ruined it. Basically. And now fucking FC 24 and 25, you've got Vault. It's FIFA Street, but it's not. But it's in the game. But it's not called FIFA Street anymore. It's Almost 1-0. Gundogan goes wide of the post, though. This game is shocking. Why do I do this to myself? I've said it before, I'll say it again. I hate football. It's more and more predictable and less of a sport. It is when you've got fucking shit officials. I want to make it all about them as well. That really irks. Because like I was saying last night, I know you probably wasn't in the chat listening or anything last night, Tom, because obviously where you're at. But I said it's getting. I said it last night. I'll briefly summarise. Basically, the referees are taking the joy out of the sport. Basically, they're taking the joy out of the sport in general, not just for our respective clubs, in terms of wanting to watch our respective clubs play, but even watching games like this. We just want to chill on a Sunday, watch a game that has no emotional attachment to us, but still, it's potentially could be a crack of a game. But they still want to make it all about them. I know it hasn't happened so far in this particular game so far yet, but 9 times out of 10 that's the case. It takes the joy out of the fucking game because it's meant to be about they're meant to just be there, making sure everyone's safe and yeah. The rules are being abided by, basically. That's their job, but they're not doing it. They want to be, oh, look at me, hi. Eddie and Ketty, I mentioned this earlier because obviously, I know we were just coming, but I did mention this earlier. The second yellow card, I think Eddie Taylor was too trigger happy. Again, we know he's trigger happy in general with fucking cards, let's be honest. We saw it early in the season, we see it in general. But Eddie Taylor didn't even hesitate. And if you look at the replays, when the ball's played, Eddie's looking where the ball's coming from. He's focused on the ball. He doesn't, obviously, as he's running, he's focused on the one in one way. He's looking at the ball the entire time until it goes over his head. And the second it goes over his head, obviously his boots in the air anyway to control the ball. And as he turns his head, said player obviously comes in as well, making obviously the contact, the collision happens. But he has no control of it because he doesn't, in terms of he's not seeing that. He doesn't see it happen until the last second. He can't put away any quicker than he tries to. It wasn't like malicious, like, oh, you're coming over me, back off. It was a coming together of anything. No, it could. If he was looking, if he'd seen it quick earlier, it could have been avoided. But he doesn't. He just focuses on the ball, and it's like boom, last second, bang. Anthony Taylor could have used a bit of common sense there, but decided not to. But then, as I say, after that, he went trigger happy. He went fucking like, Mark Gay, you're off. You, the Brighton defender, you're off. I don't think anyone knows where we stand with them at the moment with the 49ers till time will tell, yeah. Hang on, don't they own, I don't know, or partly own Leeds as well? That'd be interesting going forward. If that's the case. I might be wrong. Ronaldo and Ronaldinho as the cover are the ones you mean? Yeah, I believe Messi was. Yeah. The Messi, the ones where he brought, 10 years later did the PS3. I think it was PS3. The latest stage was a PS3 and onto PS4 crossover. They were shocking. But the PS2 version, the original, the OG versions of FIFA Street were the dog speeds basically. NBA Street, but that was a brand they started off with it. And it was a good concept. It worked. And actually as a game, even back then, brilliant as a concept for all them. But they did 2 versions of it, and then went, no, we're done now. And then brought it back 10 years later with a fucking, let's say, it's a PS3, as I say, PS3 into PS4. There's a card. I don't know the card. I was going to be talking to Bernardo. Again, this game for Manchester, for Derby in general, it doesn't seem to have that. I know that was a foul there, a big nasty tackle there in the aftermath follow through there. But it's just this, for Derby in general, it doesn't feel like a derby. And there's no sort of needle there. Neither, and in terms of attacking, from an attacking sense, both teams are fucking useless. What's your favourite game of all time? I say mine is GTA San Andreas and Call of Duty 4. In no particular order: GTA Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 5. I enjoyed playing that as well. In terms of football games, FIFA 2004 was my first ever football game I actually played. FIFA 2004, 2005, and FIFA 06 I liked. Then after that, it's all got how we see it nowadays. What was it? The other ones, The Last of Us I liked, actually. The Last of Us what now is part 1. But that that was one. Who was that? There's like this. What else we got? I think now. Quite a few, but they're sort of the main ones that sort of stand out. If I get a chance to play them, I'll play them basically. In terms of obviously, like GTA's and all that, because obviously got the re-released a few years back, didn't we? The trilogy, the OG trilogy, and all that remastered. GTA 3 isn't a bad game in a sense of if you want to pass some time and just chill for a couple of hours or whatever, got some time to pass. It's there, but I prefer Vice City and San Andreas. The Call of Duty, what was called? There was one Call of Duty. Oh God, I can't remember what it was now. Ages ago now. But in PS3 era, this was PS3. Yeah, PS3 era. What it was called now? Which one it was? There's fucking so many. I can't remember now. It'll come to me later. And what was it? Oh, and obviously the most recently, the Spider-Man 2, the recent one that's come out in the last couple of years. Mainly because it's obviously a PlayStation only game as well. Well, obviously it's Spider-Man as well. Don't worry. But yeah, but from the OG generation, Vice City, San Andreas are the main two for me. Vice City because of the colour. The reason I like Vice, I really like Vice City, not just because of the colour, like how it was in Miami and all that, but and the characters as well, and the actors they got to play said characters. Fucking hell. But out of all the GTAs, in my opinion, GTA Vice City has the best soundtrack in terms of whatever radio station you have on, music. The music on there bangs. Everyone's spending more time talking about facetious conspiracy takes the joy of it. Exactly. It's not again. I've said it before. I've said this before on previous shows. I said it last night as well. I'm sick of sitting here week in, week out, year in, year out, saying the same things over and over and over again about their arseholes, basically. I mean, it shouldn't be about that. Bloody hell. You've been busy today, then. You've been busy since all time yesterday. I have over 50 in brackets more about Leeds. 50 means more about Leeds than you expect. And yes, the question of the week is back. I'll be watching. As I said, I'll be watching. FIFA 2004 had Del Piero, Ronaldinho, and Henry in the cover. Yes, it did. And again, when you put the game on and all that, the opening credit video clip thing they did between Del Piero, Ronaldinho, and Henry was sick. It was absolutely. That's I can't. I don't know how to do that. It was absolutely sick, brilliant. What you want to call it. Loved it. Underrated football game. This is football. This is football. That was another game I liked actually. just because you could just fuck about, basically. You could make your own team, literally make your own team, your own kits, badges, everything, and just fuck about with it and all that. It's brilliant. But again, that was a good concept. But obviously, said company went, no, I'm not doing that. you get one or two, that'd be it, basically. I think another good concept that was we got two versions out or seasons out of was the what was it basically the official club football games, basically, where who made the company? What was the company? What was the company? Have a look. Who the company that made them? Basically, it was like this is football, but football club, Arsenal football club, Liverpool, and things like that. What's that? By the way, it's half time. It's still 0-0. Hence, what I've been talking about. What were we talking about? Football. Where is it? Here it is. There it is. There it is. Fucking hell. So yeah, literally, it's a club football Arsenal. Yeah, basically, they did a version of club football. Yeah, it's club football. Who's the makers of it though? Click on it. I can find. Codemasters. That's it. Septal. Yeah, whatever. Codemasters. What a company that made this, right? So in 0304, you got club football Arsenal, club football Liverpool, and United, Celtic, Rangers. That's what I think now. I think Chelsea Chelsea, and a couple others as well, like Madrid and whatever. Yeah. And then 0405, you got the updated game for the 0405 season. Club football 2005, Arsenal. Again, that was a good concept, but again, they did 2005, and then they did do it, and then Codemasters went, all right. But again, it's a good concept. It's good. It's a good game as well. I enjoyed playing the game as well, personally. But it is what it is. I think even in the modern gaming era, a game like club football, and it was like I club football Arsenal and all that, it would in the modern era, digitally or on a physical game, would fucking sell. It would sell, especially more so to the younger generation. But still, Rosie's been building furniture in the garden and stood on a wee pebble outside. It went into all my days. Bloody hell. FIFA 06, FIFA 10, FIFA 14, and then the Alex Hunter saga. Yeah, I mean, that again, I appreciate EA trying something different for the 3 years the saga, as you say. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. My only thing was for me throughout the seasons of the three games they did it, the mode was very short. For me, could have made it a bit longer in terms of just dragged it out a bit longer. It's very like start boom down. It's like if you had the time, you could fucking bash it out in a day, basically. Yeah, there you go. Rosie's can't wait for question of the week. And I'm assuming who's pissed off Tom this week, basically. Whose fault was it? Whose fault was it that fucking Luton did what they did? Luton got the result, or what club perked me up a bit when they did me got a result against the noisy neighbours next door? Vice City and San Andreas are easily the best, hands down. And I say Vice City are the best soundtracks. San Andreas went down the route in terms of CJ as the character, the protagonist, but even again, getting the voice actors in to play the roles of all the characters. But getting Samuel Jackson as well to play the villain, gold, actually works. It was brilliant. But the game again, and even then, the story mode for that was that story mode was actually, I think, the longest story mode, the biggest map at that time for GTA series was in Vice City. It was decent, obviously what it was, and brilliant as well. But San Andreas took it to another level. I remember literally getting San Andreas again, because my age and all that. Got San Andreas when it first came out on PS2. I got it for Christmas, but it came out in October. But and all that. I remember literally that's the first, as soon as I got it, it was like bang in, and just it was in, obviously as a kid. I say kid, yeah, still kid, teenager, young teenager. It was enjoyable to bloody play, and we had a few. Even though the soundtrack wasn't in terms of any radio station like in Vice City, the music brilliant on Vice City. San Andreas still had a handful of good songs you wanted to listen to over and over again. Me, Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle, basically. But look, yeah. So you had that, yeah, and then from the one thing about Voxstar and all that at that time, they sort of dropped they tried to do the album because obviously they're waiting to do GTA 4 before when PS3 came out, so they were just filling the void until PS3 came out. Was like the handheld versions of GTA Chinatown and things like that. And then again, you look how that game was set up and all that. It doesn't look GTA. It doesn't feel like GTA. And then they did for the PS2. They did Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories. For me, it was just an add-on to said game, an add-on to GTA 3 and an add-on to Vice City. And the fact they didn't follow up with a San Andreas Stories defeats the object of that. And I didn't personally enjoy the Liberty City and Vice City Stories respectively. I didn't get anything out of it. Basically, it just weren't for me. GTA 4, obviously, it was like game at the time. It's a good game. It's not a great game. Not a game I'd go back and play over and over again in my spare time. GTA 5 though, they pulled it at the park. I was listening to the radio station for Vice City yesterday. But proves my point. Literally, that does prove the point of. Proves my point in terms of Vice City. Out of all the GTA games, Vice City had the best soundtrack. But any station you put on, you're happy to listen to the tracks basically. 80s Miami was glorious. Yep. And again, Vice City captured that. And I know GTA 6 is going to be based in the modern era. I hope they still capture the Miami vibe. The character from GTA 3 made it boring, but in every game he featured, he never talked because apparently he couldn't. Yeah, they did have initially. So basically, if anyone doesn't know, Claude, they named him Claude in the end. They did have a voice actor for said role, but at the last minute, they just they had a falling out basically. The voice actor and Rockstar they had a falling out and this, that, and the other. And because it was so last minute between the production and all that, they didn't bother hiring anyone else. And then obviously, people, as you say, people initially think, "What the fuck? What's gone wrong here? Like, why can't we hear that?" And then they've done he popped up in say San Andreas and all that as a cameo, and basically later on down the line went, "Yeah, the character is a mute and can't talk basically." Could have told us that before. I feel like there's just how do we explain this instead of making ourselves look like a cheap bunch of bastards at the time? We're being all inclusive. Vice City, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's why I say I hope they capture the same vibe they did in Vice City, GTA Vice City, in GTA 6. Oh yeah, that's brilliant. I love that. Literally, again, when I got GTA, when I got Vice City back then, motorbikes and all. That's literally as soon as I saw a motorbike, I kicked the person off. I nicked the motorbike and off I went. But I rode around on more motorbikes than I actually got any other vehicle. And obviously, that's another thing what I enjoyed about San Andreas as well. That obviously it kept like GTA 3 had the cars and cars only. Vice City motorbikes were added, and then in San Andreas you could actually ride a bicycle basically, which is brilliant. Always preferred Vice City to San Andreas, even though San Andreas is technically better in every way. Yeah, because it's obviously it comes a couple of 2 years after Vice City was released. But yeah, it's still in terms of story and depth and the product of it, what it was, and all that, and the missions and all that, a far better game than in terms of content and yeah, and quality. As I say, again, GTA 4 is a good game. For me, it's a good game. It's just not one I'd happy at any time to switch on and go, doesn't want to go bowling. This is football having football realistic graphics of players' faces is laughable. I remember at the time being amazed by how the players look. Exactly. It's like this is you're thinking like EA missing a trick here. This is brilliant. They look exactly like the real thing. At the time, look back now, it looks like what the fuck. Yeah. Who also made Anime Manager? Anime Manager was a good game. Yeah. They were. They did as well. Yeah. I love you, Tom. I love you. I love you. Oh, dear, you gotta laugh. Not sure we'll even get GTA 6. Well, no, the big one of the big guns at Rockstar Voice, because obviously they're doing interview, he's had an interview with whatever someone, video interview, and basically being filmed. And the person the interviewer has asked, like, why are we not getting any since the trailer? Why are we not getting any sort of promo? Obviously, you said in the end of that trailer, 2025. Yet we still not had a backup, a full-on trailer to give us more context of what to expect from the main protagonist and from both sides of this, that, and the other. And he said, "Well, we don't have." And the guy literally comes back and says, we don't have to do anything. The hype's there already. The buzz is there. We could literally not do anything, and the game will literally sell like that. No, the numbers will cut. They'll rake it in basically no matter what. So the pressure's not on them. As far as they're concerned, the pressure's not on them to do any promoting or put any more trailers out whatsoever. They could literally do that one trailer and that's it. And then the release to do one post, not even a trailer or anything like that, a video, or whatever. They can just randomly out of nowhere do a post saying, "Here we are. Here's a date. Here's a release date. Get on with it." They're that convinced it was still just sell like hotcakes. GTA Ballad of Tony was yeah. I think DSL for the DLC that DLC I like. Didn't mind the lost in the Dam, but the Ballad one out of the two I preferred that one. Well, yeah, I'm way beyond in the, I was going to say I'm way beyond in the chat here. But yeah, second half's just got underway my end, and So I didn't even see who got booked, but someone got booked straight away, basically, in the first few seconds. No, back to me eating my cold. Oh, you're not doing attacking. Every time I go and eat something, something happens here. No. Right. Eating my roasting and I've got my parsnip. Tom, by the way, what time are you live later, Tom? Just so to make sure, just so I make sure I don't miss anything. Miss anything, basically. And also, I give you the same spot you give me. If that makes sense. Fucking hell, I'm wife. I've got a Liverpool fan in the chat. Big up yourself, obviously, in advance. Congratulations to winning the title, even though you had a bit of a hiccup today. But I've said it for weeks. Since the full time whistle against West Ham for us, it's been done, let's be honest. I need to eat, buddy, and let me alone. Buying my Sunday lunch here, I've not eaten this. I didn't had no breakfast, no nothing today, so leave me alone. Good afternoon, old sport. The foot is simply exhilarating today, isn't it? Yeah, fucking 0-0, fucking Tottenham mitigating Southampton. I mean, this has been, as I say, nothing in that second half. In that first half, sorry, and obviously it just doesn't feel like again. It's a Manchester derby. It's been obviously De Bruyne is his last ever one for you, Leeds City. It doesn't feel like a derby, even if it's at Old Trafford, and it may as well be at the Etihad because it's just dead. The atmosphere is dead at that gaff. I know the stadium's falling apart, but still. I'd rather suspect we're about to witness a comprehensive dismantling of United glorious stuff. We've been witnessing getting dismantled week in, week out all season, and pretty much for the last since Ferguson left, it's been coming slowly but surely. But this year's been glorious because it's United, and again, showing my age here, I grew up in the Wenger Fergie era of hate and all that, of hating each other, going toe to toe for titles, and I'm loving it. I love it. The fact that what makes it even better is that we've had our era of this, not as bad as this, but our era of this. We've now come out of it. We're now trying to get ourselves back fully to where we once were in terms of actually winning the titles, winning league titles, FA Cups, League Cups, trying to win our first Champions League, etc. And then in any other season, they would be in a relegation scrap with Tottenham based on where they are this season. Any other season, they would be in a relegation scrap. But hey, maybe next year. Did FIFA Street 2 improve on FIFA Street 1? What's your thoughts? Not massively. A bit. There was a bit of an improvement, but wasn't enormous strides in terms of difference between the two games. I'm now ignoring a Liverpool fan now because he said something. Anyone else, any of the regulars, even the non-Arsenal fans, can't condone that in words. Cannot condone in words. After I congratulated you as well on your league title this year as well, I was humble enough to say, "Well done," and you come back with that. Well, Stefan, yes, thank you. And that's it. Just to clarify, if you're still watching, that's an Ipswich fan, for fuck's sake. He has no affiliation to either team, and even he knows that's taking the piss. Oh dear, gotta laugh. You don't get fucking cry watching this bullshit. Let's be brutally honest on that one. Ooh. Born in. Someone, no. Mate, Hoyland, you are a striker. You can jump for the ball, my friend. Anyway, back to my roast dinner. Slam. After that horrendous comment. Horrendous comment, sorry. Some lamb. Here we go. Taking the attack. Ryan, the G Tech quite small, not many fans and stuff around. It was never. It was just a. They had to move from where they were before because of they couldn't increase their capacity. They said they knew at some point, even if they were just a championship side, for at the time they needed to upgrade the capacity of their stadium at some point. But they couldn't do it on the site where they were, so at Griffin Park. So they've, uh, they've gone and done that. So it is what it is. It looks all right. It looks nice on the outside. I'll give them that. Went past it. Was it last year? On the going past on the train and all that. Looks. As I say, it looks nice on the outside. But yeah, doesn't. I think I will say this. It doesn't leave much room in certain stands where certain stands are. There's not much room for them to work on that stand to increase capacity down the line. But we'll see. They're a good community club. Yeah, can't fault them for that either. And let's be honest, we talk about team. Obviously, the golfing class between the Championship and Premier League nowadays. To be fair, what was it? This is their fourth season in the Premier League, and they've never actually, barring the back end of last season because Tony wasn't doing his job in terms of putting the ball in the net. They've never looked like they're going to go. They've actually just come in, played with no fear, played their game the way they want to play, and obviously made themselves part of the furniture so far. Fair play to them. What a shit game. I'm going to have to make a video of Ryan and Liam dancing to Blue is the Colour instead of these. Are you mad, Gav? Are you crazy? Rosie's gifted out a membership. Thank you, Rosie. Pete received it as well. So thank you on Pete's behalf. Obviously, thank you very much for that. They do well on their kit products. Yeah, that's one thing I do like about Brentford as well. Especially, obviously, been more notified when they've come up into the Prem. Is one sec, crap. Is the fact that they refuse to do the whole 3 new kits every year bollocks. They actually want to stick with they want to do the home kit 2 years, then change it away, and in between that, away kit for 2 years, then and all that and all that sort of stuff. So, so their fans are actually getting proper value for their money for the kit that they're buying. They're not having to buy a new home kit every year, a new away kit every year, a new third kit every year, new set and the other. And so they're getting proper value for what they're paying. Basically, it's not like 60 quid done. In the 12 months they do the same thing. Whereas everyone else in football just wants to do 3 new kits every year and charge for the nose. He's only there for 6 months. Oh, there we go. Oh, here's our first sub of the game. Dooku is coming on for Phil Foden. And now suddenly Foden's limping. If that's Saka, everyone will be rinsing him for doing that. But hey, pardon me. We've got United top as well coming. Is it Lindelof? Who's Lindelof going on for? Can do much with red and white stripe. So, I mean, you say that. How much can you do with blue? Just blue. Let's be honest. Well, Maguire's been hooked off. Okay. We've just given City a chance to win the game now. In terms of no real aerial threat because Lindelof's Lindelof. I don't rate Maguire, but at least he gets some sort of aerial strength and depth in terms of attacking and defensively. Corner United. I think if Nunes leaves, it would have been offsides in terms of the United player. Dorgu. That's it, Dorgu. The one that fucked up earlier. Duku. Mm. Does anyone want to take these set pieces? Fucking hell. It's like it's soccer now. 6 months because he's like McKenna. Oh dear. Oh dear. Got it after. There's only 4 British rivalries that actually live up to the games: Arsenal, Tottenham, Celtic, Rangers, Chelsea, Leeds, and Man United, Liverpool. Yeah, we've fucking proven a point today. Fucking hell. I know it's at Old Trafford, but you'd think with the news that everyone is in, hmm, hmm, you'd think with the news of De Bruyne leaving at the end of the season, this is his last Manchester derby, no matter what. You'd think that would give a bit more spike to it. You know, the fans would be a bit more raucous, and the players as well would want to again spoil De Bruyne's party basically. And his last trip at Old Trafford as a Man City player, but no, it's just yeah. I got coffee, cake, and almonds with pudding. Oh, okay, cool. I don't know what I'm having dessert later. I'll be honest. I've heard Ronnie's on his way to Portland Road on a mission to save Ipswich. Make that 12. Turn around them 12 points. We should have that next season, Stefan. The old East Anglia derby. Where things are going for you guys. What we got? I'm trying to think of decent meat. Bloody hell. One sec. Remember that? I did be giving the dog for a bit. So she's going to chill now. Don't get to sleep because you know that sleeps. That shit. Lay down. Oh, Woody says Leeds need to sign Joseph Sargent if they come up with it. I think they need someone proven in the Premier League to be the main man up top, with all due respect. Plus, obviously, I think Tom's a bit sick to the back teeth of seeing any American players come through at piss off. Cheeky fucker. No, yeah, as I say, I think Tom will be sick to the back teeth of seeing USA players arriving at Ellen Road and being crap, basically. Right, trying to eat my dinner. City got a free kick here, by the way. De Bruyne sending over. He can either go straight. The angle is that as well. He can either go for goal or cross it into someone's head. They probably go for goal though and hit Rose head. The way this game's gone. No, Mamouche went for it. And it was on target. Fucking Mamouche went for it on target. Keep a good save though. Tyler Adams excluding, I hope. He's a good player. I'll let Tom answer that one. Colonel says, unpopular opinion, but Paul Scholes and Frank Lampard still have better Prem legacy than De Bruyne. They both played until 39 at 40 and 40 respectively at the top level. Don't see De Bruyne doing that. Yeah, he might do it. It depends where he's going, to be honest, in the summer. If he's going to go Saudi Arabia or MLS. I think if he goes either to one of them two, he might just go for the motions and kick it and sort of drag it as long as he can. Other than that, if he's staying in Europe or whatever, then you'll get another 2 years out of him if you're lucky, depending on where he goes. Well, I say 2 years international wise. I think has he retired? Has he retired from international football? I can't remember that De Bruyne. If not, you'll sign a 2 year deal somewhere. If he stays, if he doesn't go to MLS or Saudi, just for the World Cup basically, and then retire. um, I refer to Tom in the chat in terms of what he just said there. I cannot read that. I could read it out, but I think it's better if you read it yourself and imagine the voice of Tom, basically. He's going to San Diego FC and the new MLS team. It's rumored. Oh, okay. This game was a snore fest. Come on, Kevin. Yeah, exactly. There's a reason why the viewership side of things since I've been live is low. It's not because of the great internet. It's not because of us. It's because of the fucking quality of the game. More action than an eye brain in this fucking game. Speak for yourself. What you get up to in the library is up to you. I think the less we know, the better. Here we go. Who's been booked? You don't want to know what he's. If you really want to push this Tyler Adams thing on Tom, he will let you know what he thoughts about Tyler Adams. Trust me. I think you are, by the sounds of it, going by her behaviour in the libraries, apparently. Ball in the box. Something happened. No, of course not. Corner though. Yeah. So dead. What? I genuinely thought, man, Kevin De Bruyne on the side of things aside, I actually thought I'll be proven wrong, and actually both teams will go toe to toe, be end football, entertaining at the very least. Nothing. Nowhere near that. I mean, you went there. I mean, you kept pushing it. Oh, what a! I can't believe I'm saying that, but to save. Bernardo does, but yeah, Bernardo's a fall. Oh, the flag's right for offside. Moves with a fucking power driver there towards Onana. Onana basically pummeled it out. And yeah, thankfully for the offside trap. Otherwise, could have been a very interesting outcome there for the rebounds. Trophies club fans enjoy game. I'm assuming you're a bitter United fan. Enjoy 14th. Or if you're a Tottenham fan, enjoy 13th. I mean, to be fair to Tom in this instance, he was pushed and pushed and pushed on the subject. So Mamouche is a good player, but it went wrong team. Yep. The law of Pep is what that and the money is obviously the reason why he went to City over other clubs. That would be more suited to him and his abilities. No, you didn't. That's what I'm saying. In your defence, you actually didn't bring nothing. You were pushed on both subjects by a Chelsea fan. Almost 1-0 to United. The guard hits it wide. Aslan, you're either a United fan or a Tottenham fan, but you're bitter and twisted and enjoy mid-table. Especially if you're a Tottenham fan, because that's where you're going to stay for the next 10 years, if not more. Liverpool would have made sense. Anyone in England in the Prem would have made more sense in City by United actually, or Chelsea. But you know what I'm saying. So Hoyland's been hooked off after being a non-existent. Agate's just been hooked off, and Xerxes and Mason Mount, the mighty Mason Mount, have been brought on to make something happen in these last 20 minutes. So nothing's going to happen, basically. Just spoilers, by the way, nothing's going to happen. And an American national team fan. Hey, twinkle toes. Misbehaving here, I see. Stop trying to ruin my things. Right. Oh, days. Oh, there we go. More subs from Man City. Is it Rico Lewis and Grealish getting ready to come on? So yet again, nothing's going to happen. Mickey Mount, who ruined his career. Yep. That was a weird move, by the way, from Chelsea to United. You bent Man United over massively there. Fair play to you. 60 million quid for that. Fair play. Hats off and all that. And what made it even worse was he then goes, well, my dad's a United fan. I've always dreamt of playing for Man United, even though he's come from the Chelsea Academy and going to be a massive Chelsea fan all his life. Previously. Behave yourself. And I don't know how, considering this was covering the shorts and all that, but okay. Number 90. Oh, Gundogan going off. Gundogan, I won't even pronounce his fucking name. There we go. That's the one. As known, your team's next game will be a nightmare, mate. You're clearly a bitter Tottenham or United fan. Clearly. Why about your own team, my friend? Why about your own team? I've got a mic, my friend, but I'm not going to have it on top of me when I'm eating. So, out of interest, seeing as you've come to the channel and you're being very abrupt, so I say, and trying to get basically just be a bloody pain in the arse, really. Let us know who you support. Be honest. We've got Leeds fans, we've got Chelsea fans, we've got Ipswich fans here, along with a few Arsenal and all that, and United and all that. Let us know who you support. Only fair because only you know who we support. So you're apparently meant to hold it to my face whilst I'm eating at the same time, Tom. So Mason Mount's been on the pitch. Literally, Mason Mount has been on the pitch for 5 minutes, and he's booked. That's his first contribution to the game, getting booked. Yeah, because I don't give a voice a fucking rest, have I, all week? All the watch-alongs, all the Arsenal watch-alongs, the neutral watch-alongs, the match of the day last night, barring literally the Arsenal Everton game yesterday, where I had Gary and Liam on to do the talking as well with me. I've been literally on such. So my voice needs a bit of a calm. It's not getting it because I did this shitty game. Maybe he's even a City fan. Proves the point then. If he's a City fan, if he's a United, City, or Spurs fan, it proves the point that we live. Arsenal fans live rent free in our heads. Enable caption mode. What are you trying to imply, my friend? Might be, but it could be. It might be into ego, just being bored. Yeah, sure, Tom. Yeah, sure. Stefan says, "Oh, you started Aslan. You started the fucking stay humble bollocks. What a safe medicine, Mason Mount gets blocked. I'm not 115. We'll check he's 130 now. But anyway, Charles Club fan. Who do you support? Then tell us. Be open. Explain why you've woken up and chosen violence today." All in the box. Nothing happens because it's all shite. I mean, I put the scoreboard back. I mean, there's no real reason to put the scoreboard up. I'll put it on just to remind people how bad this game is. Okay, yeah, it's ego. Isn't there ego? It's all good. Yeah, exactly. Any fans are welcome. Well, you could have said any other club enter ego to disguise yourself, but you just went out and they went, "No, Forest." He's offside, I think, going out show, but they're playing out the game as it stands. He's going to run into trouble and fuck up anyway, knowing him. Yep. Well, no offside. It's corner instead. Okay. Offside to me. So that's saying. Has the point actually done anything in this game, by the way? Individually, has he done anything in this game at all? Not in Forest Club 1. Yeah, literally, there you go. You're doing the same thing as you did before when you first popped into the channel. Oh my days, this is bad. There's a call for a penalty from United, but the rest told him to piss off. Casemiro's down. There's a check. It'll be a very quick check, I think, but we'll see the replays. Nothing in it. No, not for me. But then say that, look at yesterday, so it could be a penalty actually going by the going by the PGMO and their standards yesterday. If they want to be consistent, then yeah, it's a penalty. But they don't want to be consistent, then they are they're consistent. They're consistently fucking shit. That's the only thing the PGMOL and all that are consistent with being shit. Right. Do, 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 do. Bye bye, Aslan. All done now. You didn't have to choose violence. You chose violence, so you get the consequence to your actions. This game's awful. Please, let's end this game. Put us out of our misery. You only get away so much on this channel with me. Born with Iron Fist. Not really. Not to the level you'd expect, anyway. I'll let you go back and watch them decide yourself, but not really. I don't think you really did, but hey. That was definitely in their ego. I don't care. For his fan. Yeah. What was the violence? We just woke up, came to the channel and went, I'm going to be offensive to someone I don't know. Hey, Twinkle Toes. Stop it. Oh, Yoho's been booked. Yoho, whatever you pronounce his fucking name. This gaming's dead. Can someone wake up next season? Gabrielle getting injured for us put an end to our Champions League run too. Ever the optimist, aren't you, Colonel? You know. I will say this: Madrid do have their injuries as well. They are, for example, they are on their third. They are literally on their third choice goalkeeper as of yesterday. And that, by the way, they lost two. They lost, by the way, to a fighting for survival to stay up in La Liga, Valencia, at the Bernabeu. I'll try getting where it matters, Arsenal, and vice versa. We come back, and to be fair, myself, Liam, and all, we come back vice versa to you and Gav when it comes to the Chelsea side of things. Bit of back and forth. It's harmless. There's nothing offensive in it. It's all good. All good and nothing war and all that. Parsnip. Tom's still wondering why he's a Bond villain. You know. You doing? Hey? Hey, chill. Wake me up when September ends, or when this game ends. Whichever one's quicker. Oh dear. If you don't do that tonight, Tom, then you've failed. Dr. Pepsi Cola. Actually, that's what I'm drinking. Actually, I'm drinking Pepsi. So yeah. Oi, leave stuff alone. Don't eat fluff or whatever you're sniffing. I don't know. Xerxes. Fucking hell. Stop making 6 minutes for United fans to turn up and make some noise. Fucking hell. 86.5 minutes to make some noise. Fucking hell. Oh, Aslan's back. We've got to deal with him again, have we? Aslan's bored today, by the looks of it. Well, I'm fucking bored, but I ain't going making random accounts and being a prat, basically, to be polite. Oh, aren't I? I'm tired, I'm bored. 24 hours now, bugger off. Thank you, Stefan. Saves me going back and doing it again. I can imagine there could be a couple of dislikes today on the whole thing. On the old stream here. There you go. BX is giving you us upgrade promotion, Stefan. God. I mean, Stefan, obviously you're watching the Flying Pig and all that. How's he reacted to this so far? And obviously going back and forth and all that. How's he coping in this boredom? And he's got the emotional attachment, for fuck's sake. Fucking De Bruineston on the pitch. I didn't even know he was on the pitch. I thought he would been hooked off by now. Hence why I asked a question earlier. Has he actually done anything in this game? Or tried to do anything? Right. Twinkle toes. Ow. Hello there. Exactly, Stefan, exactly. So the game's that boring, the dog's now coming up for attention. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Oh, Drogo or we the United players down and again. It's coming together, nothing militia. What are you doing? I haven't been on pictures. I gave him a like and popped back here. So I was up. Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, bloody hell. It'll probably depending on what clips get put out virally and all that, it'll probably feature on the tight show anyway. So 4 minutes of it, 4 more minutes to this hell to go through, by the way. If we all get ourselves out of here and make something decent of the evening left. You're not coming up. Is this as far as you're getting today? Oh, right, come on. No, you're getting that. That's all you're getting. Okay. Bruno Fernandes has been awarded player of the match. It's a 0-0 game, and they've given an attacking player of the match. There's been nothing happening in this game to merit an attacking player getting, or any player getting player of the match. But they gave an attacking player of the match. Okay, sure. Don't lick me hand. Oh, Aslan's back. You say that as if you keep making accounts, mate, and adding more views to the show. So, right, leave my food alone. Either way. Behave yourself. You're the one misbehaving, so it'll be on you. Don't. Imagine you didn't say that before, my friend, did you? Don't block me. It'll affect your channel. No. You'll be the twat, so piss off. You off. And it's timing out as well. It's timing you out for 24 hours. You're still subject to challenge, you fool. Isn't he? The fool. There's plenty of you mods in there, so I shouldn't have to come back in there and deal with this bullshit. Minute and a half left of this. Talk the bullshit. Minute and a half left of this one. Yeah, he's got his burner phone and everything now. He's literally got it all set up. He's got the laptop set up, the burner phone, the iPads, his main phone. He's got it all set up, ready to go, just in case. He's running out of accounts now, so he's thinking, oh, if I say this, they won't block me for 24 hours. Block. Twinkle toes. Let's have a look, make sure everyone's doing their bit. Well done, thank you, Stefan. And just to add insult to injury for this account in particular. We'll do that later. I'll do it offline, fine. You damage the channel. No one else had that fucking issue. Fucking someone do something for the love of God. Even the vet know what the ref was that bored. He thought, you know what, I'm trying to give you time here, but you're not fucking utilising. You're not going forward. Fuck it, it's full time. Done, dusted. Get out of here. You've wasted 2.5 years, 2 hours of my fucking life. But you've wasted my fucking day of travelling here, doing my job. Okay, now. Well, that's just shy of 2 hours. We're not going to get back on. We've covered on this channel today. Okay, now. Right, let's have a look before we disappear anyway. I'm just going to get. No, there's no need to summarise. It's 0-0 for fuck's sake. No, arguably one of the worst games of the season from a neutral point of view. Oi! Do as you're told. But yeah, on all that, I'm going to get myself out of here. That nothing really to say. Like, we've had a good chat today about video games and years gone by and other bits and pieces. Basically anything but the game, basically, because the game was dead, as we've said before. The game was awful. And at full time, there's nothing really to talk about the game. It's barring what I've just said. Neither team wanted to win at all. De Bruyne's last ever Manchester derby and he does nothing in it. Yet he finishes the game. Yet we see him get hooked off for less for doing more in other games this season. As I say, thank God it's over. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, Leicester playing tomorrow. That's it. So yeah, if Leicester lose tomorrow against Newcastle and then lose next weekend, they're relegated as well. Okay, because that makes sense what you're saying earlier. Enter was unwanted child. Can't you tell? Fucking clear. He's making random accounts. Being a bit of a prat. As an enthralling game, yeah. Talk about enthralling games. I'm going to go and play it. I'm going to finish my dinner. First night, have a shower, have a chill night, and I might get the PS5 or the Xbox on and kill a few hours in one of the old GTAs, something like that, GTA Vice City or something. Roll back the years of Miami years and all that. I don't know. Something that's going to be more entertaining than what I've just witnessed for the last 2 hours nearly. As a neutral, that's disappointing, and it's sort of, as I said at the start of the stream, it's sort of summarised the game itself as a whole at the full time now. It's summarised where both teams have been this season, where they are, performance wise, form wise, from an individual and a collective point of view. Like I say, neither team, the attacking talent they do have at their disposal, respectively, none of them wanted to do anything to make something happen. And I still scratch my. I've got to scratch my, at the end now. I've got to scratch my head and ask, how on earth does an attacking player in Bruno Fernandes get man of the match in a 0-0 where there was nothing created? I saw Kim Kallstrom at 34 do more Arsenal in 2 mins than De Bruyne for 90 mins. Yep. Expect more from a derby, but it happens. Never get upset, Tom Life. What's happened now? What's what he said now? Oh, okay. That bit side of things. Yeah, okay, no worries. On that note, though, as I say, I'm going to get out of it. Obviously, confirmation that Southampton, again, we mentioned already, Southampton were relegated today. The first team to be relegated this season. And literally the quickest team to go down and get relegated in a Premier League season. Chill. Game week 31, basically. So already that's a stat you don't want that they've got now for the foreseeable. Oh, you go away. And now they've got 7 games to get a win from somewhere or get 3 draws from somewhere, so they don't match to Derby County, or not match it. Have a worse points collection than Derby County did in 07-08, which, by the way, I did say I'll check actually, just to clarify, because people were asking earlier. There we go. Which is 11 points. And what they want to, so they need 2 points, either a point to match the Derby County record, or 2 points to be the second worst team. Basically, they need to get a point from somewhere. Do you? I don't know what the 7 games have got left, but do you think they're going to do that? And the minus goal difference, that Derby finished with a minus goal difference of minus 69, and with 7 games left, and Leicester in minus 50. So even that could be beaten as well. Fucking hell. Not a good year to be a Southampton fan, that's all I'm saying. No worries. On that note, as I say, I'm going to get myself out of it. Obviously, Tom's going to be going live at about 9:05 UK time for his We Love Leeds show. Obviously, reviewing and summarising what happened yesterday with Luton Town, and obviously maybe touch on other games as well. Not the big shock of yesterday's Championship, Oxford United getting a win against Sheffield United. And then about half hour after time finishes, I'll be going live again. Just in a minute. Half an hour after time ends his stream, I'll be going live again for the weekly fan reaction show, where obviously we get all the viral clips into the weekend and react to them and have a bit of a laugh, basically, and try and end the weekend on a sort of high, if you will. Relax, I'm going down in a minute. So yeah, take care, guys. As always, Oxford. Yeah, they actually genuinely. They don't have that. That's what I was trying to say to you earlier. I don't know if you've been genuine here, but yeah, Oxford won 1-0. hence, yeah. I think, yeah, that answers my question now. You're being facetious. Oh dear. But yeah, we'll get out of here. Obviously, take care, guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. If you want to become a member, there's a join button. Big, massive thanks to Zone of Coins, our channel sponsors, as well. As it says across the bottom of the screen throughout the stream. They have been our channel sponsors now for a few months now. They've kindly, with that, provided us with a 10% discount code that you can use on their website for all their products at the checkout. Get 10% off at the checkout. And obviously, as you see, it's going across the screen there. The code is in all uppercase, all one word, Mr. Arsenal Pod. That will get you 10% at the discount, 10% discount at the checkout. And yeah, I say that's on all. That's not just on Arsenal products. That's on all products on their store. And you can, as I say, until further notice, you can use that at any time. Will you stop? Stop it. Down. Yeah. So, like Stefan says, take it easy. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you in a few hours' time. Let's see if we can find any meltdowns from United fans or Chelsea fans. Until then, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.